Welcome back to Power Stream Live. I'm your host, Iris Longmore, and I'm here with comedian Sean P. How you doing this evening?
Doing very well. Yourself?
I'm doing great. So tell us about your comedy career. What age did you start?
I recently started about a year ago. So I started when I was like 30, so I'm 31 now. So I'm just trying to, I thought it was a good time. I thought I was going to do it a little earlier in life. You have some stuff that's going on and you put it off and then you get that opportunity. Then you're like, okay, this is the time. This is where I want to do right now. Branch
Now,
off.
were you the class clown?
I wasn't the class clown, which is funny. I always wanted to be the writer for the class clown. I was like, I got better punchlines than this guy. Like, I would tear him apart. So I always want to get sent to the principal's office too. That'd be like equal to getting booked at like the Tonight Show. You walk in, the principal's like, you got 2 minutes to make me laugh. Go for it. I, you know,
Okay,
yeah.
that's great. So how did you start with the comedy? Is it someone went to see you? Like, how did that begin?
I actually, partner of mine, Darrell Ledger, Goofy, started following some of his shows. He started doing some stuff at Cats, and I was just like, yeah, like what can you do to make it better? And I would help write, and then so I was like, grab the balls and just start doing myself, going
That's
for it.
great.
Yeah.
So tell us about your first performance.
First performance, it actually went pretty good. I did it at Famous, out in Duluth. I was nervous as I don't know what, but it really received me well. So I was talking about my childhood stuff and just stuff that I experienced, and people felt me along the way. So it was a good deal from there.
That's great. Now, are you from Atlanta?
No, actually, I'm from the Quad Cities, Davenport, Iowa. Represent black and yellow all day. Um, yeah, it's a little place though. I mean, it's like the whitest place in like America, and I had to move to the blackest place in America, which is total culture shock. So,
What brought you to Atlanta?
entertainment, thought I was gonna get into rapping and film early on, and I dibbled and dabbled in that, and just kept finding my way.
Speaking of that, what other talents do you have besides comedy?
My 9 to 5 is more like photography. I do a lot of stuff for like different magazines and model shoots, sports photography. I'm a writer. I do sketch comedies. I do the acting thing. I've been done a couple productions, films. I shoot my own, produce, whatever. So I'm kind of the jack of all trades.
That's great. And what are the highlights in your comedy career?
Highlights. I'm still waiting for a couple of highlights, actually. No, actually, anytime I can kill a good room that has a good reputation, then that's I'm really pleased with it. So I'm still new, still budding career. So have I made it Comedy Central yet? No. Have I made it Comedy South Central? Probably. Yeah.
You'll make it soon. How does it feel for you when you're on stage and you have all these faces in the crowd and you have to make them laugh? Is that a lot of pressure?
Yeah, it's terrifying. I wet my pants frequently. No, it's cool. I mean, I still get nervous. Nervous keeps you alive. You got to turn that energy into positive energy. And no, you may not get everybody, but you can get one person at a time, and that's how you just keep building the flow, and you get the whole room. So,
Great. Now, did your talents bring you to Atlanta, or was it family, work? What brought you to Atlanta?
I think it's pretty much my talents, and I also had some family down here too. You can't just visit down Atlanta. You got to move down here and change whatever your life go direction is. It's cool.
So, where do you see Sean P in 3 years?
Probably in the mirror. No, I'm just messing with you. I'll probably go see myself probably do more headline shows, going out more on the road, comedy festivals, of course, keep doing up with the acting thing, getting some bigger roles and everything.
That's great. Now, what comedians do you look up to and why?
I like Cedric Entertainer for his the way he relates to him. People like you feel like that's that cool cousin, uncle that everybody knows. I like Jim Gaffigan. He's a white comedian out, and he's just really clever with it. I have a lot of Richard Pryor for the human and truth of his stories. So there's a lot of comedians that I actually pull from. Yes.
That's great. That's great.
That's probably a comedian calling me now.
Now, what advice do you give to the audience out there that they feel like they can be a comedian? How should they start? What advice do you have for them?
Take the funny test. I actually just start writing a little more, writing some material, start keeping a journal and going around and recording your thoughts and slip it in the conversation. Don't tell people you're trying to do this or that. You just sneak it on them and see if you can start making like random people laugh at your job or family or the barbershop, just wherever you happen to be. Find you a comedy room where they do open mics. Go in, try your 5 to 7 minute set. Keep track of the videos and you gotta record yourself and just watch it and learn and keep studying. See live comedy as much as possible.
How many shows do you do per month?
Per month, I've been doing about probably like 10, 11 shows a month right now.
Wow, you're busy.
Yeah, I try to stay busy. I mean, mainly because I don't have cable. But no, I like getting out there. It does something for me, like electrifies me, and something about his work. So
how do you get ready for your shows? So you're booked for a show, and how do you get ready for it?
I do my own little meditation. I just record myself doing a couple of sets. Drink heavily. I don't know. Just do whatever I can to get loose. And pretty much go for a walk, just get my mind off of it. You can't be totally too concentrated on it, You have to relax a little bit and do everything.
That's great. Now, so do you write for other comedians as well?
I do indirectly. I guess a lot of people using some of my material, but I guess in the comedic sense, we do cipher a bit and we joan or whatever, or we're just going through jokes and we're like, and we'll add extra tags to people, so it's kind of everybody kind of writes each other's jokes a little bit. So
that's great. Now, when you decided that you wanted to do comedy, did your family support you?
Well, this is the first time I'm hearing about it. No. They was pretty supportive about it. They was like, you always been kind of funny, you always been, a lot of people, some people were surprised, but I've been encouraged about it, people ask me about it all the time, and, but just the other day my mom sent me a Get Funny Soon card, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so she's behind me all the way. Yeah.
That's what mothers are for. Now, what challenges have you had to overcome?
Probably being public speaking. I wasn't always like in front of people and outgoing, so I had to being a shy person. I had to pull from the experiences where I didn't speak much or my experience. So I was always a natural observer. So I think that's kind of helped me in my act as well.
That's awesome. Now, being a comedian and going to so many different comedy shows, as far as the local comedians, which ones stand out?
There's a lot of local comedians. Chris Jones, Smokey, he stands out. Carlos Miller, they stand out, and it's really like a lot that they're up and coming. Like they haven't hit the pinnacle yet. Oh, Clayton English, very talented. So around that scene, I think they have a pretty good grasp on it.
And is it a group of comedians that go from location to location, or are you pretty much are solo?
It just depends. If I give them gas money, then they can. No, I have my homeboy Goofy Ledger, and then we also have Timo's. We have a couple people that we ride out and do some shows with. So. Otherwise than that, you try to get in where you can fit in and make a lane for yourself, that's what I try to do.
Now, I said you act as well. Can you tell me a little bit about that? How did you get into acting?
Acting, I think it's always been part of me because I always been kind of creative. Like I didn't have many friends, so I was always like kind of acting out with my imaginary friends, you know, which kind of sucked because they was a lot older.
They were older? Okay.
Yeah, you know. But I guess in college I started doing some plays, and eventually coming down here, I got to be behind a couple of scenes and getting some movies with Sin City Entertainment, Life in the Fast Lane. That dropped, and then I'm also waiting for. It's coming soon. It's Unspoken Words, so I played a poet, which is easy because I have a poet background and everything. So after that, I just started doing the sketch comedies, writing, producing, coming up with some crazy characters, which is on YouTube at Sean P. Jokes. Yes.
Okay, cool. So you do spoken word as well. What's
Yes.
the difference for the audience doesn't know between spoken word and comedy, and which one do you prefer?
I like them both for different reasons. Poetry, spoken word, you can just let anything kind of go, but it takes the same kind of thought process for both. You know, in comedy, it takes probably more discipline to write and actually find the funny and get exact wording down and phrases and timing and all that stuff. So I started with poetry. Comedy was kind of a natural progression, you know.
How do you find the funny? You come up with something you think is funny. Do you share it with your friends? And how does that work?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, before I used to kind of like, everybody has that little inner voice where they don't really say what they really would want to say. You know, you can't say a lot of things at your job about what you think is going on. You know, so you hold that back. And so I just like found that voice. Everybody finds their own voice, and you kind of go with that, and then you sneak it in conversations, and these people bust out and shoot, pop out of their mouth, and you be like, I should use this. This will work. Yeah.
That worked. That's great. Now, tell us more about the writing. You said you had some characters that you made up. Where are you going with that? What's the future of that?
I'm gonna be working with a sketch comedy DVD as well as packaging it with my stand up. That's how I plan on marketing it. I was influenced by the Living Colors and the Dave Chappelle, so you know, I have some different characters like Barack Sanford Del Tullo. He's gonna be coming to you soon. He's like a 70s character, and he's like revolutionary, but he's like kind of quirky. And then I have a Down syndrome character named Skippy Washington, which I'm ready to bring him out anytime.
Really? Tell me more about him.
I don't know. I think I had bought like a hat or something, and then I had like a shirt from a restaurant, and I was like, I could do something with like a specially challenged character. And then my mom, she used to work with this guy at work. I can't say any names. He may still work there, but she would always imitate him. You know, like, I'm going to the Walmart. You know, like he was always kind of quirky. So I kind of think that's where it came from. So
That's great. So tell me about the other characters.
I have Killer Carmichael.
Let's hear about him.
He's like the white rocker, the long blonde hair, the Wayne's World, tripped on mushrooms, and he's still trying to do the band thing. He should have been out of it a long time ago. He's pretty wild.
How entertaining is it? I mean, are you like, do you stay hours and hours just writing, kind of go into your own world when it comes to developing these characters?
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. Yeah. Yeah.
What way would you put it? I don't want to put words in your mouth.
I don't know. I spend a lot of time alone. Like I said, speaking and is kind of coming up. Like you don't have cable. You just get creative. You gotta make your own television. So that's my thoughts.
Great. Well, why don't you tell the audience how they can contact you?
Okay, you can contact me. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter at Sean P. Jokes. Also on Facebook at comedian Sean P. And that's how you can find me right now.
Great. Now, a couple of words for inspiration before we go.
Couple words inspiration is find time to do your vision, your dreams, your goals. Otherwise, you're going to have to wake up every day at 6 a.m. working for somebody else who already did their dream. So you don't want to be that guy.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us on Power Stream Live.
Thank you very much.
And next up, we have R&B artist Miss Mila.
How y'all doing? I'm Miss Mila. It's track 2 for whoever's playing and doing the music. This song is about keeping hope through difficult situations. I'm sure you all can relate. That song is available at reverbnation.com/Miss Mila, MSMILA. Thank you.
That was an amazing performance by Miss Miller. Love the song. It was so inspirational. I'm here with makeup artist Sherilyn Marilyn. Thank you for coming on Power Stream Live.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
So tell us, Sherilyn Marilyn, that is such a catchy name. I know it's easy for you to market. Sherilyn Marilyn, tell us, how long have you been doing makeup?
Well, I've been doing makeup roughly about 8 years now, and I found my niche. I love what I do, and I do what I love, and it's a blessing. It's definitely a blessing. And that song, Try Hard, definitely reminded me of how long it has taken me to find that niche. So thank you for that song.
How did you get into doing makeup?
I started playing in my mom's purse and getting in trouble for writing on the wall and putting blush on, and it was not it was the very expensive kind, so sorry mama, but it helped me out in the long run. That's how I started with makeup, and then I continued to dibble with hair, and from hair makeup kind of grew into this obsession, and here I am.
That's great. Are you from Atlanta?
I was born in California, but I was raised here, and I love Atlanta.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone back to California?
Not most recently, but I plan to go back, mainly to work and do like feature films and commercial advertising, and just to build my career in California and some of the other major cities too.
Great. Why don't you tell us about the different projects that you're working on?
Oh, it's a lot of projects. I'm working on a few things now. Here on the show is one of them. I also have an upcoming radio show where they have offered me a continuing column to come back on. What else am I working on? I'm working on a calendar shoot. I'm working on a bike logo kind of photo shoot. I can't remember exactly what the details are on that, but that is going to be wild. I'm working on a couple of sizzles for reality television shows. Some stage plays and photo shoots, magazines, you name it. I'm definitely doing it and trying to get to doing it. So that's a lot.
Great. So tell us about a typical day in the life of Sherilyn Marilyn.
It is how can you describe it? It is definitely a colorful bundle of organized chaos in beauty and fashion. Yeah. That's my life.
That is a perfect way to put it.
Yeah. Thanks.
So you started getting into trouble, getting into your mother's makeup bag, which we all do, ladies.
Yeah.
How did it become from just getting into trouble to makeup artist extraordinaire?
Well, I think it all started in the blood. My whole family is pretty creative. They've definitely been definitely a foundation throughout. I've been watching them do little things here, from building to just electrical, and I appreciate all forms of art. So my family has been a great foundation, and like I said, it started with my mom, and then I looked to my aunt, and then I found out my grandmother was a model, my great aunt was a model, and everything had a lot to do with fashion. So I think it started with the blood, and then I kind of I got this job working at Bovanti, and thanks, Miss Bohannon, for hiring me. I was the talent agency director, and I was also on the travel team for cosmetics. So I was part of the recruit team, and I was also part of the makeup team to sell the cosmetics and know how to work with different types of skin. So after I moved on from that job, I started freelancing, and I got knee deep in it, and I love it. And I can't see myself doing anything else at all.
So what sets you aside from the other makeup artists in Atlanta?
I really can't put my finger on it. I'm just me. You get a lot when you work with me. It's not just me applying your makeup. It's not just me having a giggle. It's something that I don't know. You stick with me and I stick with you. You play with me and I definitely play with you. And everybody that I've worked with has definitely been a grounding stepping stone in my career and also in my life personally.
What are some makeup artists that you look up to?
Well, you know, the regulars, Pat McGrath and Sam Fine. I've been watching, I've been working with Technicolor. I like her a lot. She has a great